Hi, I'm Tom Pearson, director and producer of A Thin Pink Line. I hope you've taken the time to have a look at the screener. It'll give you a real good snapshot of what the feature-length version would look like. A little over 10 years ago, I was asked to help put on the world's first international same-sex wedding show, in which we offered nuptials to couples from around the world to come to Toronto, Canada, and get married here legally. The show was being put together during a volatile time during which, in Canadian Parliament, the same-sex wedding issue was being debated, and in our Parliament streets and in our Parliament parks, protests were being held. As I began to put the elements in place for the same-sex wedding show, which was to be held at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre, Canada's largest, I began to realize some of the vendors that I was approaching seemed to have a sort of an unsaid quietness about not participating, a white elephant in the room, if you will. And as I delved a little further, I found out that some had actually received death threats for participating in same-sex wedding shows. So those vendors that did step forward in that first ever international same-sex wedding show, in a way were front runners, heroes almost, if you will, for putting themselves out there. Those businesses could have been boycotted by others, and they chose to participate in the same-sex wedding show in a public forum and show that they were supportive. Those vendors are unsung heroes in my eyes. Their story hasn't been told. Certain media had a hesitancy about taking our ads or putting us on the air, so we began to realize very early on in that this was a historical, significant time. We spoke to show producers, musicians, fashion people, people on the streets, vendors, all during that volatile period while same-sex marriage was being debated in our parliament. As well, the artists, the music artists particularly, artists like Carol Pope. She came out 3 months in advance of the event to help promote it. These were some of the unsung heroes, stories that were never told, which the Thin Pink Line will give you a good insight into what really happened during those volatile times. Captured live during the period, A Thin Pink Line helps you discover the biases and the non-biases of those whose opinions were quite clear, and it all makes for a powerful documentary and a powerful reminder. I'm Tom Pearson. Enjoy A Thin Pink Line. A Thin Pink Line, coming to a festival near you. A Thin Pink Line, coming to a festival near you. I'm Thompson Williams. I'll see you out there.